We didn't just chop the top off a coupe. See when you... So I got the American Express card and it never happened again.
American Light Show, only on YouTube.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. We are going to do a little bit of tinkering on the GTI today. So get excited. I think what's gonna happen is mainly Wednesdays now are going to be GTI days and Saturdays will mainly be the NC Miata days. We might swap a few days in between, we'll see what happens. I just trying to stick to the Wednesday, Saturday schedule, and it seems like the GTI has been filling my Wednesdays lately, so I think I'm just gonna kind of roll with that for now. But regardless, if this is your first video here, welcome to the channel. Be sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. We are slowly working our way towards 4,000 subscribers, so we will get there eventually with your help. Hit the subscribe button. So on my GTI today, I am going to be installing a little something called a diverter valve spacer. So right here is what the diverter valve spacer is. This one is from ECS, and it's essentially just a little billet aluminum kind of valve spacer. It fits inside of the diverter valve and spaces it out so air can escape through these little vents right here. It essentially makes a blow-off valve type sound. It kind of turns it into your traditional sounding blow-off valve. Because the diverter valve on the GTI is a monitored item, it's got a cable plugged in and everything, you can't just like take it off and have it become a blow-off valve. You have to use these little spacers to make the sound that you want. I don't know how long this modification is gonna last. I think it sounds cool, and being that this is my first turbo car, I wanna enjoy the noises. I wanna hear the blow-off valve type noises, so this will be the way that we do that, but I'm gonna daily it around with it for a little bit and just have a little bit of fun. Seems like we're always taking this thing off. So you're gonna take off the intake tube, and your diverter valve is right here. It's plugged in right here. So it's about 3 bolts to get that off, get the plug out, and it's a pretty easy replacement or addition, I guess. You guys have already seen a sound clip in the last couple videos. I'll just go ahead and throw one here. So that's a sound clip with the muffler delete and the upgraded turbo inlet pipe. So with that, we will do another sound clip when I get the diverter valve spacer installed. It's gonna sound pretty cool, I think. So let's get down and we will jump into installing the diverter valve spacer. This right here is the factory diverter valve. I can't speak too much to what it does. I'm sure it's just a solenoid that opens and closes to recirculate air in a way. And if you're looking at your diverter valve spacer, all you do is you place it on like that, and it will obviously be flush, but it'll just have the little air pockets open to the atmosphere. When the diverter valve opens and closes, you'll get that whoosh noise that you're so familiar with on blow-off valves. So I'm gonna throw this back in, tighten everything back up, and then we can do a little test. So right back there, our diverter valve spacer is on. It's all attached tightly, and I think we're ready to go. We're ready to give this a shot. So I'm gonna open up the garage, get these lights out of the way, and we'll start the car. All right, so this is the ECS Tuning diverter valve spacer on the 2.0 GTI engine. So you guys just heard it right there, and I think it sounds kind of cool. It's fun. It's a fun modification. For the price that it is, it's really not that much. It's a fun little modification to do. So I say let's jump into the car and we'll do some cabin interior noises, see what it sounds like. I'm curious to see what it'll sound like with the DSG transmission. A lot of the videos I looked up online were people with manuals, so there's that time between shifts where you can really hear it. So I'm curious to hear if it's as dramatic on the DSG transmission. So let's jump in the car and we will go for a spin. All right, so let's get everything going here. Car's on. Car's warmed up. Let's just do a little rev in the car. Let's see what it sounds like. You can hear it. I'm gonna take it out to our main road and we will just do a little pull, a couple pulls probably. See what it sounds like. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna go through some gears. Can't like really hear it. I'll go down a gear. You can't really hear it like while you're driving, at least with the DSG transmission. That time you heard it. That sounded pretty cool. I guess it kind of just depends on where you are in the rev range, but it does sound cool. So wrapping this up, I would say that I like it. It sounds cool. It's a little bit of a surprise with the like DSG, especially if you're not in paddle mode. It's a little bit more of a surprise when you let off the gas rather than hearing it through the rev range. So it really only kind of comes out to show itself like when you're done speeding up to 60 or you go over the speed limit and you just slow back down, so you just let off the gas. That's where it really kind of shows itself. But you can hear it from the cabin and you can hear it when the windows are rolled down. So I think it's cool. I think it's a fun little modification. It's really not as obnoxious as I thought it might be, given that most of the sound clips I heard online, it made it sound like it was doing it all the time. And I think that has to do with the manual transmission compared to a DSG style transmission. But you can hear it like when it's really, really subtle. Like you have to really listen for it between shifts. Like anything under 3,000 RPM, you can barely hear it, but it is still there and it is doing something. So thanks so much for checking out this install video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're interested and maybe you pick up one of these diverter valves for yourself. I know a lot of companies make them. Some make more high-end ones, like GFB makes one that's more of like an actual blow-off valve rather than just the spacer. So check it out if you guys want to put one on your GTI. I'd say it's worth it. If you can find one for about 40 bucks or so, I would say it's definitely worth that. So if you are new to the channel, be sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and I will see you in the next one.